there, good afternoon to you and welcome to your main newscast on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. My name is Joshua Van Sleckman.
I'm Amrita Koshal.
And we do apologize for the late start. Without further ado, let's get to the news in details. Esso is currently in talks with Dutch floater specialist SBM Offshore for the construction of another multi-billion-dollar FPSO vessel. That vessel is for ExxonMobil's Guyana's fourth and largest oil field development, which is operated in the Stabroek Block at the Yellowtail site to comprise up 67 wells. Notably, the company only on Thursday wrapped up its public scoping exercise via a Zoom session to inform its environmental impact assessment studies, after which the EPA would, after an assessment, decide on whether to provide environmental authorization. According to international reports, the talks include the potential for some future platforms assembly in Guyana. It is understood that the discussion include potential made-in-Guyana requirements to build part of future production units.
Popular disc jockey, entertainer turned radio and television station owner Kerwin Ballers has now ventured into the construction industry along with famed local football promoter Shanghai Major. Under the auspices of Statement Investment Inc., DJ Wal Ferguson on Tuesday signed the contract for the construction of a $346 million school at Bamia Region 10. Football promoter Shanghai Major is also listed as one of the company's principals for that new construction company. Minister Dharamlal, at the time of the signing, said that the project is expected to be completed within 20 months. Meanwhile, Region 10 Chairman Deron Adams criticized the award of the contract to the unknown builders, which was done at the level of the National Procurement and Tender Administration Board.
We tell you that Bosai Minerals Incorporated, a Chinese-operated bauxite company which is based in Linden, is now the subject of a lawsuit after a former employee filed an application allegedly sustaining severe head injuries while on the job, but was not adequately compensated. Anthony was offered $2 million as compensation by the company, but outlined in his court documents filed by his attorney, U.C. Anderson, that the amount represents a mere 10% of his medical bill. The medical bill, he claims, has amounted to $20 million. Fabian Anthony, who worked as a heavy-duty mechanic for the company, has asked the court to award him in excess of $100 million for his injuries. The 30-year-old father of four has been employed with Bosai Mineral Group Guyana Inc. for over a decade before, which occurred in February 2nd, 2020. According to the court documents, Anthony claimed that he was hit to the head by an object which dislodged from a crane on that date. The former heavy-duty mechanic claimed that he was injured although numerous complaints were filed with the company about workers' safety.
Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly Lennox Schumann recently spoke on the salaries of the country's Tushaus. He stated that it is unfortunate that Tushaus are not being paid equal to their responsibilities, although there has been a consistent call for change. His comments came on the heels of a letter to Kaieteur by village Tushau Vivian Edwards. Edwards opined that Tushaus deserve better than just a stipend. He added that these Amerindian village leaders should be treated with more respect, as $30,000 per month does not suffice to pay expenses and put food on the table throughout the month. The village leaders said that an increase to match public servants' minimum wage would be appreciated. Another Tushau, Bradford Alicock of Fairview Region 9, said that the issue of an increase to the current stipend was only recently discussed when the Tushaus in the region met for a regional conference. In fact, a proposal along this line was shared with the government with no response to date, he said. More than 40 Tushaus in the region had joined in the call for the monthly allocations to be increased, Alicock said.
We tell you now that thieves have not only burglarized the Henrietta Essequibo Region 2 home of a couple on vacation, but also reportedly taken up residence there in the nights. We were told that since the couple, a businesswoman, Farida Khan, and her husband left the area to travel abroad, their two-story concrete home has been a primary target for criminal elements in the Anna Regina community and has been burglarized several times in the last 2 months. According to reports, the house was discovered burglarized on Wednesday around 8 hours 30 by a caretaker who was left in charge. The caretaker said he does not know when the break-in occurred, but residents hinted that the home was targeted multiple times in the last 2 months. Anyone who has information that may lead to the arrest of the suspect or suspects are asked to contact the family on 624-1021, 683-3795. Those numbers again, 624-1021, 683-3795, or the nearest police station. You're listening to us right here on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. More news after the break. Stay with us.
Diana, join me on the Glenn Lal Show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:20 p.m. and a rebroadcast at 11 a.m. The Glenn Lal Show, only on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM.
This is GHK Lal, inviting you to join me weekdays from Monday to Friday on the National Outlook for commentary on a range of issues, immediately after the 12 noon and 7 p.m. newscasts on Kaieteur Radio at 99.1 FM and 99.5 FM. Looking forward to you sharing in the conversation.
We now return with the news at noon. A 54-year-old laborer, Jameson Diabru, called Major, who had left his home on Monday at Maria Henrietta Region 10 on a hunt for work, was found dead floating in the Berbice River 2 days later. Diabru's decomposing remains were found around 8 hours on Wednesday close to a small village called Wiruni in the Berbice River. He was last seen alive leaving the Maria Henrietta landing on Monday sometime after 6:05 hours, paddling downriver in a small dilapidated wooden boat. We understand that the man had left his home that morning in search of work. Police reported that no marks of violence were seen on his body except for suspected fish bites to the face and upper part of the body.
The National Agricultural Research and Extension Institute, NARI, has confirmed that there have been massive discrepancies in the distribution of flood relief grants and announced that over 2,641 additional complaints have been lodged by farmers in the administering of the scheme. The 2,641 complaints have been added to the over 500 that were previously reported. This is according to Regional Chairman David Armagan. During the first phase of the cash distribution, several farmers had lodged complaints alleging massive fraud. Following these reports, Vice President Barrett Jagdeo said that there will be a 1-month extension for farmers to get registered and verified to receive the flood relief cash grant. According to Armagan, already there have been several reports of persons registering more than once. He added that there have also been instances where farmers already collected monies but have now sent their wives to collect as well. In other cases, the chairman said that persons would have registered that they incurred losses due to the flooding, but they did not plant rice in years. You can get the full details in today's Kaieteur News.
As climate talks wrap up in Glasgow, Scotland, with regards to concrete measures to stem the effects of climate change and mitigation and adaptation efforts, United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres warns that the pledges made thus far by countries are far from enough. The Secretary-General's sentiments come on the heels of the previous day's announcement of a U.S.-China cooperation agreement. To this end, he cautioned promises ring hollow when the fossil fuels industry will receive trillions in subsidies as measured by the International Monetary Fund. He noted the present set of nationally determined contributions, even if fully implemented, will still increase emissions by 2030. According to the latest joint analysis of the nationally determined contributions by UNEP and UNFCCC, we remain on a catastrophic temperature rise track well above 2 degrees Celsius.
And it is 12 hours 25 in Guyana and right across the Eastern Caribbean. We turn your attention to your COVID-19 updates and the page 7 of the Kaieteur News that is dedicated of being blunt. The latest reported COVID-19 fatalities are that of a fully vaccinated person and a 2 unvaccinated person, which pushes the national death toll to 955. Meanwhile, the health ministry recorded 94 new cases, taking the total number of confirmed cases to 36,533. The dashboard also shows that there are 17 patients admitted into the COVID-19 ICU, 53 persons in institutional isolation, 2,232 in home isolation, and 13 in institutional quarantine. To date, a total of 33,276 persons who tested positive for the virus have recovered. And we now turn our attention to your page 7 of the Kaieteur News.
Daily, we carry front-page photos of ordinary Guyanese demanding renegotiating of the oil contract. Recently, 150 Guyanese lent their voices to the global energy fight. Frequently, more and more Guyanese are calling on government leaders to do something, do over the contract, do things the right way, do what is right for all citizens. But it seems that President Ali ignores and the Vice President dismisses.
And with that, we've come to the end of your news package for today. My name is Joshua Van Slackman.
And my name is Amrita Koshal.
And we invite you that you can get the full details of these stories and much more by heading across our website at kaieteurnewsonline.com, or feel free to pick up a copy at the newsstand near you. Have a great remainder of your Friday afternoon, encouraging you to practice social distancing and to wear your face mask. Also coming up after this is going to be the National Outlook with GHK Lal, followed by a message from the publisher of the Kaieteur News, Dr. Glenn Lal.
Want value for your advertising dollar? Then place your ads on Kaieteur Radio's newscasts. Streamed live on 6 different mediums, reaching hundreds of thousands. Advertise today and watch